Natalie Lewis.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hey,
Yes, look.
hey,
Hey, Queen.
hey. Can you see
How
me?
are you? Look at you looking all beautiful.
I got a little glam today, just a little bit. Like,
I know. Ooh. Yeah, she been over there courting online, so looking good for I gotta catch up to see how things were going with your friend. Yes, baby, she been courting. I know we gotta go back old school on them. She been courting.
trying to do a little something, something, but
Yes. But how are you?
I am great. How are you? This has been phenomenal. I've been listening. I'm like, look at these bombs just being dropped.
Baby,
So I'm
girl, are they not good? They just like boom.
like,
They're not
boom,
even
like
just.
drop the mic.
They're not dropping it here. Girl, they going up real high because the higher it is, the harder.
Yes,
Boom.
it's a
Yes.
whole explosion happening up on this
Yes,
thing.
girl.
So I love
Yes.
it. I
I'm
love it.
so excited. But then I wasn't expecting anything different because each one of you ladies are absolutely
Yes.
amazing. So, I mean, it's just going to continue to be a day full. So, if you guys have enjoyed so far, trust and believe it's not getting ready to stop. Natalie is getting ready to,
Mm-mm.
get our queendom all
Yes.
together, because that's what she represents, the queens,
You
baby. So,
got
release
it.
the queen in you. Um, you know, I'm super excited because, as I told y'all, the people that I have met have been people who are we connected on other platforms, And so
Yes.
with Nellie and I, same thing. If I'm not mistaken, Black Speakers Network, I think is
Yep.
what we connect.
Yep.
So yes, we connected on Black Speakers Network, and she was on the podcast, the Kiss What They Love podcast, and I already knew when I decided to do this, I know that nobody inspires queens like Natalie does. And
Come on,
so
say
I wanted to make
it.
sure that, you guys had the queendom experience. And so that is what she's getting ready to bring. So, I asked for bios from all of them, but y'all know, girl, by the time I do all this, because they got a it's so long,
It's
child.
so
We've been
long.
here. It'd be like reading. Y'all know when you're in the Bible and you be reading that part where it says such and such begat this person, they begat that person, they begat. It's so long, girl. I'm just like, girl, I'm not doing all of that. They're gonna do this themselves. So
That's
y'all
a
know
lot
I'm
to
sick.
read.
Yes, I said, so listen, I have got some heavy hitters up in here. So they have given me, some generational books of what
Yes.
they do. So yes, but please share with them what all you do, ma'am.
Yes. So I am Natalie Lewis, author, speaker, and breakthrough coach. I am CEO of Release the Queen in You Enterprises, where I empower, encourage, and equip queens to become everything that God has called them to be. I'm also host of Just Queening Podcast, which is my new podcast that I just launched this year, and also founder of the Crown Up community on Facebook. So if you're looking for a community of women that'll help you keep your crown up and to help you adjust your crown, make sure you search that group and I'll make sure I add you. So that is me in a nutshell. Above all of that, I'm a mother, single mother, caregiver, sister, friend, home girl, whatever you need me to be, I'm there.
Yes, and she's neglecting. I mean, it's so much in there, y'all. You can't really just give everybody your full bio, but
Right.
you've just been able to be a
Yes.
tell them about that opportunity,
I'm
baby.
a media personnel for Swag Her magazine. Just became official within the last week or so, actually.
Yes, girl, I'm so
So
excited
y'all gonna
about
see
that.
my face up all over social media. You're gonna see more of me. Thank you very much for I'm looking at the comments. So you're gonna see more of me. I'm also about to relaunch my YouTube channel, so y'all be ready for these videos because they about to be fire. Okay?
Yes. Plus, baby, she do the queens who pray slay prayer
Yes.
call. So, baby, listen,
Yes.
that's what I'm telling y'all. When you do so much, you don't even really know what all you can't
Look,
even put
my
it all
mind
out
didn't
there.
even think about all of that.
But I just want y'all to know that if you want to get, your prayer, get on the list so
Yes.
she can send you. Because
Every
even
Wednesday.
if you don't get it, she'll send the recording so you can still be blessed.
Yes.
So yes, I love it. Come on with it.
Listen. So I've been listening, right? And I love what everybody's been saying because this is for married and singles. But before we even talk about your relationship status, one thing you have to know as a woman, one, that you are a queen. Secondly, that you have to learn how to honor your crown. Before a king can be in your presence, you have to know who you are. You have to know what your purpose is. You have to be in the right position so that when the king comes, you can honor him properly and love him properly and receive the love that he has for you properly. The issue is there's a lot of people walking around with crowns, but they're counterfeit crowns.
Ooh.
So we have to start going back, self-evaluating, looking at ourselves before we look at our relationship status, because that's just the icing on the cake. You are still a queen even though you don't have a king. I'm gonna say that one more again.
Say it. I was gonna say
You
say
are
it again
still a
for the
queen.
people in the back. Get them.
You are still a queen, even if you don't have a king. So you have to know how to move. You have to know that you are royalty. You have to know where your crown comes from. You have to know why you are doing what you're doing. And you have to understand that nobody, absolutely no one, can make you put down your crown unless you forfeit it, unless you give it up. So today I wanted to talk about the importance of honoring your crown. And I want to break down what crown means to me. So when it comes down to honoring your crown, you got to know who you are. And first you got to know who crowned you. You are crowned by God, period. A lot of people are searching for a man to validate their existence. I want to be crowned by a king. I want a king to find me. I want all these different things. But you have to realize where your crown comes from. You were royalty before you even hit this earth. Royalty is in your DNA.
Yes.
Why? Because your father, your heavenly father, is a king, the king of kings. And you have to understand where your bloodline comes from. He calls us royalty. 1 Peter 2:9 says that plainly, that you are royal. So you have to understand that you have to walk like royalty, talk like royalty, show up like royalty. When you walk into a room, you should be able to shift the atmosphere without even opening your mouth.
That right there is a gem, baby. That's a word, whole word right there. Shift the whole thing.
The whole thing should just shift. Like, wait, hold on. You should be able to interrupt some things just with your presence. So you have to know that you are royalty. You have to know that there is absolutely nothing too hard that can come against your life. No challenge, no heartbreak, no, money issue, with this whole pandemic, none of that stuff that can stop you from being the queen that God called you to be. The only way you forfeit your promise is when you give up doing the process. So I want to talk about the process of becoming a queen. So one, you have to know where your crown comes from. You are crowned by God. So if you write points, there go your point right there. Number one, you are crowned by God.
Somebody drop that in the chat for me, please.
Yes. And it says in the Living Bible, I believe it's Proverbs 3:6, that when you put God first, he will crown all your efforts with success. And you have to understand that every step that you take, every decision that you make is either going to bring you forward or pull you back. So you have to think like royalty and remember who you are. You have to know that what God says, his word says about you is true, period, final. There is no but if, there is no plan B, there is no other situation. Period. You are right. You are created fearfully and wonderfully, and there is absolutely nobody that can shake that from you. So first, you got to know your position, that you are crowned by God. Second of all, you have to also know that once you are crowned by God, but it takes more than just faith. I think sometimes we get stuck in, I have faith, I believe. But do you truly believe in your crown? Do you truly believe that you are royalty? Do you truly believe that God placed you on this earth on purpose for a purpose? And you have to know that even before he formed you, he knew you. All this hair that we got on our head, like she said at the last speaker, her good hair, every single strand of hair, he knows. And he knows every plan that he has for you. Everything that you have been through, it may have been horrific for some of you, may have been traumatizing, but you overcame it. You are still here. You are still standing. And your crown is not invisible. Let everybody see it. Let everybody know who you are. It's not invisible. You ain't got to hide it from the world. You ain't got to hide it from no one. So you got to understand who you are and be okay with who you are. You can't wear a counterfeit crown anymore. And what I mean by counterfeit crown is you cannot walk around wearing a crown that it looks nice. We're good at being pretty. Outside, all jazzed up. You got your nice little clothes on. Your makeup is done. You got your cute shoes, but you're broken inside. But you're crying yourself to sleep at night. But you're dealing with so much different things on your back. You feel like there's bricks on your shoulders. You walking around like this with your head down. And you can't keep your head down because the crown will slip. You got to keep your head up. So you have to know that no matter what comes your way, that you have been created for such a time as this. Every challenge that has come your way was on purpose. And I know you may say, wait. So the weight was on purpose? Wait. So the miscarriage was on purpose? Wait. So the molestation was on purpose? And it may seem real hard, and during the time you may not even understand. But if you look back, do an audit trail over your life and look back over all the things you have already overcome, you must know that you can get over anything, that you can overcome anything. So I want to talk about crown. What crown means for me. One, C, I have an acronym. You're courageous. A queen is courageous in everything that she does. There is no hesitation. There is no fear. She's going in knowing, hey, you know what? They might throw me into the wolves, but I'm going to come out leading the pack. They might throw dirt on my name, but that's okay. It's just seeds for me to grow. You know, they might come after me for things that I've done in my past, but I've owned that, and now I can move forward. So she's courageous in everything that she does. She knows that no matter what comes her way, she can overcome it. No matter how big the challenge, especially with God, all things are possible. So let me just give y'all a little backstory on that. Courageous. Last year, you know, sometimes God has to get our attention, right? Sometimes we think we get in the way, and we think that we're ruling stuff, and we think that life is great, and we just start moving forward. Okay, God, I got my purpose. I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go ahead. And God is so loving that he will stop you before you hurt yourself.
Ooh, that's good.
Just think about that. God will stop you in your tracks. Like, if you go that way, you're going to get hurt. If you go that way, you're going to get into something that may hurt you. So you have to know that redirection, it's on purpose. So as far as being courageous, so last year, it seemed like out of nowhere, my mother got sick. She had some health problems, but she was managing. But like out of nowhere, it went from some health problems to a list about this long. And I'm just like, okay, what's happening here? What's going on? And during that process, you know, I'm a single woman. You know, sometimes when you're going through stuff, your emotions are heightened. Right?
Yes.
Like you're just like real sensitive. You got a lot going on. You're just like, okay, you know, I kind of want somebody here. So either you go back to what's familiar or you just accept anything. How many of y'all have done that in your comments? You just say, I have, you know, just be honest.
Be honest. Yes.
Guilty. So, you know, you just accept anything. And I kind of was teeter-totting on, okay, I might go back to what's familiar. So there was someone that kept pursuing me. They kept pursuing me. Even after I broke up and blocked the whole nine, kept pursuing me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try it again, knowing doggone well that was not the
been
right
there, done that.
path. So I did it, right? So I'm like, okay, this is okay at first. But then a few weeks later, it was back to the same old pattern. And I'm like, all right, now. I know my worth. I know I'm a queen. I got to let this go. And I had to tell myself that this is not what queens do. How am I telling people to be a queen and I'm not even honoring my own crown? So many of us, we're queens, but daily, are you honoring your crown? Are your friendships, are your relationships one that honors your crown? Are you sure? You know, anytime you have any doubt, like, well, maybe, and if he change, and if he do this, you don't have to manufacture a man.
That's good.
You don't have to manufacture a king. This is not Build a Bay. You know, Build a Bear. You got people that's
Build a Bay, baby. They do. What you say? We're not manufacturing kings. That's right.
But when a king comes, you ain't got to give him no instructions. He just know. And kings want to be in the presence of queens. And when and a king knows when he's not in the presence of the queen. He knows when something off, like, all right, something off. So a lot of times we want to blame the relationship or the male, but we got to look at ourselves. So through that situation, I looked at myself like, I'm tripping. I'm bugging. I got to let this thing go. So I had to make a decision to go back to what's familiar or to let it go. And let me tell you something about being courageous. And this is just an example that just popped in my head. You know, when Lot's wife looked back, what happened to her?
Turned into a pillar of salt, baby.
Gone. And when you look back and go back to your past, you got to be courageous enough to let your past go. And everything
back there. Look,
everything that comes with it, everything that came with it, you got to be courageous enough to let it go. You cannot continue to hold on to your past thinking that you're going to get a better future. You can't drag the past into the future. So you got to be courageous and definitely let it go. You got to let it go. And you have to understand that when you're courageous, that God has your back. The thing that you let go, there's something so much more there's something so much better coming your way. And I use the relationship as an example, since we're talking about marriage and relationships.
Right.
But you got to know, you got to be courageous to let people go. I don't care if it's been 5 years, 10 years, 7 years. I don't care the history. You know, there's so many women who are hanging on to relationships due to history.
True.
And the history is killing you. It's killing your future. You're not having a future because you're so stuck on your past. So you got to know that you got to be courageous enough to let your past go. Your past is your past. There's nothing you can do about it. And as one speaker said, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did it. And yeah, I made these bad decisions. But moving forward, you got to know that you have the ability to change your life. The next thing with Crown is the R, resilience. I am the bounce back queen. There is absolutely nothing in this entire world that can come to me and knock me down. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to strive. I'm not even just going to survive. I'm going to thrive.
Ooh, yes.
And a queen does all of those things. She is resilient. Nothing stops her. She may take a break. She may pause, but she'll never quit. There's not a quit in her. And you got to understand who you are. You are resilient. Just think back. Think back on how God brought you out that last situation. Then think back on the one before that. Then think back on the one before. You're not, half of y'all not even supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here.
Girl.
I could have mentally
But by the
checked out.
grace, by the grace of God.
Listen, don't have me get up and do a whole praise break. I sure will right on this.
Yes, but by the grace, y'all know it.
Right on this conference. Some of us has experienced loss after loss after loss. Some of us has experienced heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Some of us has experienced, own family members doing all types of crazy stuff. But we are still standing and we are still here. And you have to understand that you are resilient. God put that in you so that you can be a warrior. He needs that. You need to be resilient in your life. You need to be resilient in your purpose. You need to be resilient about the life that God showed you. A queen, dust settles, queens don't. Dust settles, queens
Put
don't.
that in there. What you say? Dust settles, queens don't. Oh,
So
girl, now that's a whole word. Yes.
And when you look at your life and take inventory, you got to ask yourself, where am I settling? Or am I settling? Friendships, are you settling? Are you always the one that reach out and nobody reach out to you? Are you always the one giving and nobody gives to you? Are you always the one, helping people out with their purpose and ain't nobody got nothing back for you? They'll pay everybody to do what you do. I'm gonna give y'all
better come on, let it marinate. Let it marinate in your head. Yeah. Look, what you say? Look, names are coming into like, oh yeah.
Yes. So you have to be. You have to look at everything in your life. Be resilient about the life that you desire. Stop talking about the past. It's done. Period. It's over. You can't do nothing about it. Yes, you were in a bad relationship. Yes, that man left you. Yes, you were divorced. Yes, you had to raise kids by yourself. You're doing it though.
You're doing it.
So you got to let that go. Let that pain, let that hurt go. You cannot move into a better future with that past. I don't know why I keep saying that, because somebody on here has been.
Because somebody on here needs that. Yes. Somebody
has been looking at their past like, I don't measure up. I'm not enough. You've been talking to yourself, saying negative words to yourself. But today, you're going to stop that today.
Yes, Lena said you speaking to her, Lena. It ends today. That's right.
Today is the day you're going to stop that. So you have to be resilient about the life that you want and know that you can come back from anything. Even this whole pandemic, it's not a person in the world that could have prepared themselves for this. Who knew? Who knew in 2020 we'll be having virtual conferences because we can't be face-to-face?
Thank you.
Who knew that? So you have to be ready and resilient. I can even say Iris for ready. You got to be ready and resilient for anything that comes your way. But you're able to overcome it. You're able to get through it.
And let me tell you this, it's so beautiful because in the Empowered ebook, resilient is my R too. See, look how things just come together.
We here, girl, we here. So yes, you have to be resilient about what you want in life. And I mean, like, tunnel vision. Don't turn away from it. Just go for what you want. The next thing is a queen is optimistic. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand being around somebody that's negative, somebody that's outlook. But what if? And oh my God. And I'll be like cringing inside because it's too much. So you have to know whatever your life looks like right now, it's temporary. This virtual thing is temporary. Your business not going where you want it to go is temporary.
It's temporary.
The pain that you feel over that breakup is temporary. In a few weeks, you're gonna be smiling because God's gonna reveal to you why you had to let that go. And for some of y'all know why you had to let that go. So you have to be,
I already know.
You gotta know that you have to be optimistic about your future. Your future is in God's hands. One of my favorite verses, Jeremiah 29:11. God, he says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope in the future." And I just looked up because it's right there in front of my bed. I see that scripture every day.
Amen.
So you have to know that he has plans for you. And it don't matter what you try to plan. His purpose shall prevail. And that's in Proverbs. It shall prevail. So you can plan all this stuff. You can even think, like I believe it was Indiana that said, you can even think that you're walking in your own purpose, walking in purpose, and you're doing great. And God's like, I didn't call you to that. You want to write a book. Why? Because you see other people do that? I didn't call you to that.
Wow.
Sometimes your purpose is just to be a good mother, and that's good enough.
And be happy with it.
And be happy
and be the best one that you can be.
Yes. Sometimes your purpose is just to, it is about timing. You know, some timing, you have to pull yourself back. Last year, I had to pull myself back. There was no way I can preach being a queen and being empowered and being positive when my mind was, I was barely holding on, watching my mother deteriorate. Them telling me she got 6 months or less to live. So you also have to be aware as well, but be optimistic. I knew when they told me that my mother had 6 months or less to live, I looked at that doctor like, I know you lying. I know you lying. Oh, you want to put her in hospice? I know you lying. Like,
right.
We're not doing that. So I was optimistic, and I knew that God is the healer because I done seen him do it over and over and over again. So I wasn't going to worry about that. Even the time where I was homeless, sleeping from house to house, I did that for 6 months in 2014. Lost everything. Lost a job. Lost the house we was renting. Running away from the repo man. Life was crazy. But even with that, I knew this is temporary. This is temporary. I'm going to hold on to my faith. I'm going to hold on. I know God is going to work this out. And he kept just telling me, I got you. I got you. Even through the whole situation, I got you. And I was like, you do? And even through that situation, one of the hardest situations of my life, I got this book I want you to write. What? I want you to write this book.
Wow.
I don't even have a computer, God. What you mean? What you mean? I don't have a computer. Yeah, I want you to write this book. And then he gave me the name, Release the Queen in You. God, I am sleeping on people's couch. I don't feel like no queen. I am not a queen. I am not writing this book. So I kind of like laugh. You know, sometimes God tell you stuff and you be like, that's so funny. I laugh. You just laugh like, okay, God.
Like, that's cute.
That's cute. And whatever. So I hesitated. But during that process, I wrote the book. But it was like, as Indiana was saying, it was healing. So many things came back to my memory, and it just reminded me of God had to remind me through me writing my book, who I was. God had to help me. I had to take that time to allow God to polish my crown, to allow God to reset my mindset, to reset my faith. So you have to be optimistic and know that God is working everything out for your good. He ain't say some things. He ain't say a little bit things.
All things.
All. And you have to hold on to that even when it looks like everything's being snatched away from you.
Oh, that's good.
Because here's the thing that people aren't going to tell you. Your crown is cute, but it's going to cost you everything. Relationships, friendships. Some family members got to go. God has to isolate you so that he can polish your crown and form you and make you into the queen that he's called you to be. Not the one that you want to be, but the one that he called you to be. So you have to take that time to allow him to polish your crown. And if you don't, God has a way of getting our attention, doesn't he?
You better know he do, baby. What Indiana said, the crown separates you. Oh, that's good.
I'm telling you, you have to know that he is going to get your attention. So before you have to go down that way, disclaimer. Take it from me. Don't go out. Don't do it the hard way.
Don't get it twisted, boo. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. It's gonna be some work involved.
Exactly. And don't do it the hard way. Just surrender. When you know that God is calling you to pause and to stop and to, I know that's opposite of what the world is saying, but God, there's some things that God wants to download in you. There's some clarity that he wants to give to you that only he can give. I don't care how many conferences you hop on, how many books you read, how many, programs you buy. Until you get it in your spirit that you are born for this, that you have everything you need to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
We can all talk till we turn purple in the face, but you got to believe that for you. So you got to know that, be optimistic about your future. The next thing a queen knows is she is worthy. You are worthy of the crown. I don't care what life has tried to drag you through. I don't care what dude, T-Bone, Ray, whatever these nicknames is. I don't care what guy has told you that you're not worthy, you're not good enough. I don't even care if you heard that from your own father. Let me tell you, you are worthy. Just think about, this is how I overcame the whole feeling of unworthy. God would die for me. God would take my place on that cross.
Wow.
God would snatch me from death's door. Think about all the crazy and wild stuff y'all did in your past.
Baby.
And you don't know why
Could have
that
been wrapped
relationship.
around a pole, could have been anything, kind of in a ditch somewhere dead, girl, anything. Look,
Anything.
could have got what the dude you was looking to get with, girl, he done messed around and killed somebody. I mean, it's so many things that, so many times he has snatched you and
You
kept
could have
you.
got an uncurable disease from somebody.
Thank you. Into time.
Just think about all the wild stuff that you did. And you could be like, yeah, he loved me because he snatched me. I'm still here. And he snatched me for some things. That relationship that ended, it was a blessing. And before before the breakthrough, yeah, you're going to break down. But that breakup was the breakthrough. That
you
person walking out on your life, that was a breakthrough. Because a lot of times we get caught up in our worthiness, feeling like we have to have it from a man. I think it was Indiana that said, I wanted to get married to prove that I was chosen. Like somebody chose me. But you have been chosen by God.
That's good.
You've been chosen by, and to me, there's no other place I would rather be. This to be chosen. The one that gives me life, the one that gives me favor, the one that consistently renews and transforms my mind and my heart. Yeah. What? The one that I can have joy in the midst of them telling me my mother is dying.
Yes. Come on now.
The one that I can have joy in the midst of this pandemic. I ain't worried about nothing. I haven't lost nothing. Just having the right mindset. Just being sane. There's so much stuff going on, even with us who are mothers of Black kings, and maybe you're an auntie. Right. You have young ones that you love. Even with that, knowing that what, God's gonna protect them. I'm gonna keep praying. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep showing up. So you have to know that you are worthy for the call that God placed on your life. Stop asking everybody else what they think. Ooh. Well, should I do this and should I do that and is this good enough? Or maybe I should do it like this. You heard what God said. And you keep going in circles trying to change what he said because you're too fearful to step out and do what he told you to do.
And just trust him.
But I became an international speaker before I even had a website. Who does that? That's God. I was speaking at different places before I even knew what I even wanted to really talk about. Who does that? The favor that God has on our lives is it's people say it ain't fair. It is fair. It's fair to me. It's fair to me. So you have to know that you are worthy of the call.
Indiana. I'm sorry, I was trying to read with Indiana, but she said something that was really good. But yes, worthy of the call, and know that regardless of what anybody else says. And I think we get caught up on that all the time of trying to fit into somebody else's ideal of what or who we should be.
You can't wear her crown. Your crown is custom. You can't wear somebody else's crown. You like, oh, it look nice. It's shiny. Her purpose look good. She got a whole bunch of followers and all of that. I want what she got. No, you don't. Because you don't want the hell that she had to go through, and you don't know what hell she might be in.
Thank you. And then you might get that crown, and it's not gonna look as good on you as it did on her, baby. It's not meant to. Absolutely.
My crown might kill you because you don't know if there's thorns up in that thing.
Will break your neck.
Exactly. So you have to not want anybody else's crown. You are worthy of the crown that God has given you. You are worthy of the call that God has placed on your life. You are worthy of the love that you desire. And don't you dare settle for nothing different, period.
Yes, period.
If you got maybe, and I think, what if, he might be, end it. End it. Because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. So you have to know that you are worthy. And the last thing is that you are noble. People speak well of you. You have integrity even when nobody's watching.
Oh, that's good.
God is always watching, though.
Yes.
He's always watching.
Yes.
So you have integrity no matter what, not just in your business, but in life. You treat people well. You treat people with respect. You empower and encourage each other. I think you said it earlier. Empowered women empower women.
Yes.
And it can't just be a trend to you. This has to be your lifestyle.
It has to be a lifestyle. Absolutely. I love that. Yes. Not a trend.
You can't just do it because it looked cute and you want to take cute little pictures.
You can't have
a
quarantine thing.
Right. You have to really live this thing. It has to be in your soul, in your spirit. You have to eat, breathe, sleep, breathe this thing. Because people speak well of you. And of course you're gonna have some haters that just don't, they just don't like you. So they're gonna speak negative. But God says even your enemies will have to turn around and bless you. So even the people that try to put dirt on your name are gonna have to turn around and say, man, I see her. I once knew her. I think she might, she good. So you have to work, you have to think about all the things that you're doing, even when no one is watching. People are always watching you.
All the time.
Always. Even on social media. People,
especially on social media.
They
won't say a word, but they scrolling and looking and trying to see what's going on. Absolutely.
And you don't know if your positive post for the day shifted that person's whole attitude.
Amen.
Or you could be on there being negative, and that could also shift someone's whole attitude. So you have to understand that there's purpose in everything that you do.
Yes.
Everything that you do. So there's purpose when you're being courageous. There's purpose when you're being resilient. There's purpose when you're optimistic. There's purpose knowing that you're worthy. And you have to know that you are noble. People speak well of you. You are royalty. And you also have to learn not to live off of your emotions. That's a big one with us, because sometimes we say, I want to, do this and do that, but then something happens, life happens, like this whole pandemic happens, and you start to forget what you've been called to do because you're in your feelings. Now, I'm very good at, take what you need. If you need to pause to get yourself together, get your crown adjusted, adjust your crown, or have somebody else come in and help you adjust your crown.
Right.
But when you do, get back up, because the queen is not pitiful, she's powerful.
Y'all better drop that in that chat. Say it one more time.
A queen is not pitiful. She's powerful. How many defeated queens have y'all seen? Because I ain't really seen none.
No, because they rise to the top, baby, and keep it
moving. What you say? They arise. They come over anything. All types of crazy stuff. Slander. All types of stuff. So you can't be pitiful and powerful. You got to choose one. Choose one.
And we choose power, baby. We choose to be empowered. Absolutely.
Choose which one you're going to be, and be it all the way. So you got to know that you're not pitiful. You're powerful. There is power in you. There's power every time you open up your mouth. There is power. So I just have another acronym, because I always say, we as queens, we want to take over our throne. We want to be in our queendom.
Right.
But when I say throne, I'm talking about your mind. So when I say throne, you got to think higher, ruling over negative emotions. Get those negative emotions out of your spirit, out of your mind, out of your mouth. Because so what a man thinketh, so is he. And out of the mouth, the heart speaks.
Yes.
And it's not talking about this heart. It's talking about your heart.
Yes.
So you got to know that whatever you think is what you will become. So watch what you're saying. Watch what you're doing. Those negative emotions, when you feel that wave of emotions coming, you do reverse it.
Right.
Stop it. The Bible says cast down every thought. You got to do that daily, and sometimes throughout the day.
Yes. We be like, look, get on about here, so you can keep your peace, because it'll drive you. Yes, it'll drive you crazy. Listening to all the negativity and the naysayers and all, trying to keep up with everybody else. Absolutely.
And then the thing about thinking higher, ruling over negative emotions, it's not even necessarily somebody else. Sometimes it's us. You're in your own head.
Self-sabotage, baby.
You just self-sabotage. You are having a pity party, and then you mad because ain't nobody want to show up for the party. You trying to call this person and complain, and they don't want to hear it. Change it around. You have the power to do anything. God has given you the power to succeed in everything that you do. And one of the things we got to do is take control and dominion over our mind. A queen knows she's ruling and reigning. She walks into place like, yep, I got
Baby,
this.
why y'all put that in there? We rule and reign, baby.
You
Rule and reign.
And before you can do that over anybody else, you got to do it for
Oh,
yourself.
yourself. Yes.
You got to be willing to do it for yourself.
Because you know you inspire me. That's why I told her to put that crown up here, baby, so we can know. Look, with this empowered t-shirt, baby, you inspired me because I said we got to have a crown. Yes, because we rule and reign.
Honey, hush.
Love my folks. Yes, girl. Yes. That's why I love it.
Movement. You have to, because you cannot be defeated in your mind and then turn around and say, I'm a queen. You cannot say I'm ruling, but yet you feel like you're not. You can't say that you are reigning when you know you all over the place.
Ooh. Tighten that thing up and get it together.
You gotta tighten it up. And not because somebody else is watching, because of who you are. You were created for more.
Because of who we represent is why we should be. Yes.
And pick your crown up. I know life happens. You may have recently lost a job. You may have recently lost income. You don't know how in the world these bills gonna get paid. I've been there, done that. Single mother, I didn't eat because I want to make sure he eat. We ain't have enough food. Been there, done that. There's nothing that you can tell me that's going on where I can't turn around and tell you, look, baby, you gonna make it.
It's gonna be all right. What they say, it's gonna be all right, boo.
It's gonna be all right. And you have to adjust your crown. You have to know that God, everything that you're going through is but for a moment. And it's temporary. And even somebody might be on here like, oh my gosh, you're talking to me. I feel so overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. Start with taking it day by day.
Oh, girl, that's good.
Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're a queen. Don't just say it, but say it until your spirit believes it. Get in the word. What are you feeling right now? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling stressed? You know, we can Google scriptures on stress, scriptures on encourage yourself.
Straight from here, baby. Yeah, straight from here.
Yes. You got to be able to encourage yourself because there are going to be times where people won't be around.
Yes.
But you got to be able to encourage yourself. You got to be able to know that the situation that you're in right now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be in it forever. When I was homeless, I knew I was going to get out of that because I wasn't about to stay that way forever. When I was, out of my mind and in that bad relationship, I knew I had to get out of that because I was like, oh, no, this ain't it. So once you know who you are, you'll know how to set boundaries for your life.
That's good.
So you won't keep attracting people that look like dudes that look like they got a crown, but they're really a clown. You won't keep attracting them clowns. You won't keep attracting clowns on, builder babes. You'll be able to attract someone who sees your crown like, oh, her crown's shining. I want to know about her. I want to get to know her.
Because it's a reflection. You reflect off each other, baby.
Yes. So you got to understand that everything that you desire, everything that you want, the life that you want to live, you can have it. But do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your crown? Somebody said no more builder babes. Yes.
there you go. No more.
No more. You are worthy of your crown. You are worthy of the love that you desire. You are worthy of the life that you desire. Now, what you gonna do about it? You can either stand still and sit in your pity party, or you can remember who you are, that you're powerful, and you can get up and do something about it. You have the power to change your life around. Now, I'm not all the way where I want to be, but I'm a lot further than where I used to be. I'm a lot further, and you have to know. Somebody said worthy. Yes, you have to know that life is available to you.
Yes. And you know what? And not be so, I think Indiana said it about being caught up with the amount of time it takes.
Yes.
When you're focusing on the time, it transitions your mind and you start getting negative. You start feeling like, okay, it's not going to happen. You start getting discouraged and frustrated. But if you keep focused on what you're supposed to be doing, living your life, ruling and reigning, somebody's going to pop through and you won't even be ready for it. You won't even be thinking about it. You'll be like, I didn't even recognize. I didn't even know you were there.
God's not going to allow you to damage his kings. Because sometimes as ladies, we always think about, oh, they left me so broken. What about the men you left broken? Because you were broken.
That's good.
You broke this man's crown, and now,
baby, girl, look,
moving on with your life.
Took his heart and
I mean, snatched it.
Snapped it up for somebody else. Look, for somebody else to have to clean up and deal with.
Come on now.
Mhm.
I'm not being nobody clean up. Okay. So you so, so you have to definitely know who you are. And when you know who you are, you'll attract the life that you want. And you'll start walking into the life that you want and the one that you desire. You will stop settling. Queens do not settle in any area of their lives.
Yes.
So you want a king, you know, are you taking care of you? Are you taking care of your finances? Is your queendom intact?
Love it.
And I'm not talking about material things. I'm just talking about you as a person, your emotions intact, your integrity intact, your mindset on yourself. Is it intact? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you're beautiful? You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Are you intact? So in order for you to be the queen, baby, you got to wear this crown. And you can't keep taking it off every time something, okay, you know what? Oh, life situation, I'm putting it, oh, you know, oh, they broke, I'm going to keep putting it down. No. You gotta wear it.
Yes, the crown is meant for lifetime, baby. It's not a a temporary put down, pick up thing. You gotta wear.
Yes.
You were built with that for life.
And you gotta stop allowing people to pluck the jewels out of your crown. You've allowed okay, well, this relationship didn't work, and that friendship died, and so I'm gonna just go hide and retreat, and I'm never gonna do anything. That's not the royal life that God told us that we're gonna be living. That ain't it.
That ain't it.
So you have all this wonderful greatness potential inside of you, and you just sitting down watching everybody else be great because you are too afraid to step out and do something different. You are too afraid for anybody to even see your crown. You can't be ashamed of your crown and want to rule and reign. That's not how that works. So you have to know who God created you to be. Your voice, your uniqueness is a gift. Give it back to the world. People need that.
Yes.
I don't sound like you. You don't sound like me. All the speakers on here, we all sound different. And we all reach a different aspect of different women.
Yes.
And queens don't hate. We collaborate. And
For sure.
And I can recognize and see another queen when she's doing her thing. We ain't hating. We ain't jealous. We like, yes, queen, yes. So
Thank
you have to also mind who you have around you too. If you struggle with that worthiness part, surround yourself with queens who are going to lift you up. Surround yourself with queens who are going to say, oh, no, girl, pick up your crown. Let me help. Your crown crooked. Let me put it.
Yeah, let me get that for you.
Let me help you put it on right. Let me get that for you, boo.
And not try to be doing it all in public either. They'll pull you to the side, baby, and make sure that, listen, everybody ain't got to know about that, but we're going to do this. We're going to make sure. Exactly. And don't nobody need to know.
Exactly. So it's okay if you feel that way, but today, after you listen to this empowerment, awesome, wonderful, all these speakers, I want you to know that today is your last day of feeling unworthy.
Absolutely.
Today is your last day that you don't honor your crown. Today is the last day that you feel unworthy to even wear your crown. Wear your crown, rock your crown, be the queen that God called you to be. Don't be anybody else. There's something specific about you. You may be wondering, like, God, why do I go through so much? Why does my life seem so hard? Because there's a call on your life. Because
to whom much is given, much is required.
I'm telling you, and he has something so great for you to do. So great. I could not understand why it seemed like for the past 4-5 years, it was just like one incident, another incident. I was like, okay, Jesus, what we doing here? But then I recognized, wait. It's because there's a call on our life. When you are called to help others recognize their potential and their worth, there's going to be a fight like no other against your mind. And that's why you got to keep yourself armored up. That's why you got to keep your crown on. That's why you got to keep moving forward no matter what. You can't quit. When you quit, you surrender. You surrender to the enemy, and the enemy will have his way with you if you don't decide to get up.
Ooh, what you talking about?
He will have his way. He'll have you so far gone. You be in a relationship like, now how did I get here? I said I wasn't going to do this no more. Why am I back with him? Why am I in this bed? What am I doing?
And it don't even feel the same.
You will feel, it will be such a war within you.
Because you know better.
Between who you used to be and who you know you are supposed to be. So you'll be tug of war. Like you be like, all right, I'm gonna wear this. Oh, it's stuck. I don't know what to do, because you are all out of it. You are all out of his will, out of his way, and God's will for you. Like I said before, his purpose and his plan, it will prevail. Even if you try to get in your own way, God has a way of getting your attention. Especially with that breakup. I'm gonna say it again, because somebody is going through it, or you even know that
somebody need to be released from that.
or
Yes.
you even know you've been with this guy, you've been holding on to hope, holding on to, well, maybe he'll change. Queen, exit.
Look,
Because you deserve better. You deserve
just gonna
better.
go. Look, just gonna go.
Go ahead, pack your bags and go, because you've been allowing that person to devalue your crown. They don't even see the crown. They don't even recognize who you are. And that's because you don't know who you are. So you have to get up, arise, move forward, and be everything that God has called you to be. What's amazing about God is when you make that decision, he will bring people your way to make it so much easier for you to just go on the journey and keep going and keep going and keep going. So you have to be okay with the journey. You're going to lose some things. Yeah, you're going to cry. You're going to feel like stuff is getting out of hand. You gonna feel like you're losing people, places, and things, but there's a better place for you to be.
But it's okay.
And it's okay. It's okay.
To cry. I mean, it's okay. I think sometimes we get hung up on, because for me, I used to want to be strong, and I thought it was a sign of weakness, but it's not.
Listen, that whole I do not subscribe to the whole strong woman thing anymore. Being strong almost killed me.
Baby, want to do it.
If you need to cry, cry.
Cry. Yeah, exactly.
If you need somebody to shoulder to lean on, go find you another queen who's available.
Absolutely.
That's why it's so important to renew your mind daily. God don't say renew it when something wrong. No, renew it daily. Get in that word daily. Start your day with prayer. You cannot slay the day until you pray. That's why I have the queens who pray slay. Because when you pray, that's how you can put on your armor. You ever been through feeling something and then you pray and you just feel so much better? Like, I just feel great.
Like the load been lifted.
Lighter.
Because you give it to God. Because it's not meant for you to carry. You give it to him, and then you move on and do what he told you to do.
Yes. So when you do that, you're giving your cares, you're casting your care, and you're not going back to pick them up. So sometimes I'm gonna pray real quick, and then 2 days later, you done went back and picked up the same thing that you done prayed over.
Go on and look and drag it on with me everywhere I go.
Drag it on. So you have to know that God he wants that invitation. He wants you to invite him into your situation. He wants you to invite you into his life. The word itself says, if you put him first, he will crown your efforts with success. But there's a requirement first. Put him first.
Put him first.
Not that man, not your business, not your career, not your education.
We missed that part though. We didn't run on around and skip the part.
To the end. Even the same thing with, God's gonna give me the desires of my heart. No, he ain't. Not your heart. Because the first part of that scripture is delight yourself in him. And when you delight yourself
in him. You didn't see that part. We was going to the end to see what we was going to get. We wanted to see what we was going to get. We didn't want to see the process to get there. We wanted to know what we was going to get.
I'm going to get my 6 feet tall, brown skinned man. Yeah. And God's like, no, because you're going to make him an idol.
Ooh.
No, you're going to make him an idol. So you can't do that right now. I can't give you that right now. So you have to know that you have to delight yourself. Like I said, this crown, sometimes you do have to take it off. God, help me. God, take this. Because it's raggedy. There's some stuff on it, some jewels missing. Can you polish this up real quick for me?
Because he's the only one that can.
He's the only one that can. But baby, when he do, that I can't even put it in words. The freedom that you have to unapologetically be who he called you to be.
Yes.
The freedom that you have to know that no matter what comes against you, you can overcome it. It's like you walking through the fire, but you coming out pure gold. You in the fire, but he right there with you. Like, I got you.
Like, don't worry about it. Look, what you say? Look, I feel like it's hot, but I don't smell nothing burning.
You don't smell nothing. You coming out not even smelling like smoke.
Ooh.
Not even the little stench of smoke. Because God is with you everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you have to remember that. If y'all don't remember nothing else from what I said, you have to know that you are royalty. You have to know that God is with you. You have to know that you've been crowned by God. And that should be enough. That in itself should be enough for you to get up and say, all right, I know I'm supposed to be doing something wonderful on this earth. God, what is it? Reveal to me my purpose so that I can be the queen that you called me to be. So I can go back and get the queens who may be struggling. Because there's some queens that are in a pit that only you can pull out. But if you don't get yourself together and start walking in your purpose, they're going to stay stuck. And I don't know about y'all. I don't want nobody blood on my hands.
That part.
I don't want nobody blood on my hands. So I'm going to do what I have to do.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Who said that? Ayana. Not on my watch.
Yes, girl, look. I don't care what you do nowhere else, but not on my watch. You won't.
Ain't no queen gonna be left behind. Okay? And that's how I know, everything that you've been through. You may be like, God, why did I go through that? Or why am I feeling like this? Or why do I think this way? It's for a reason. All those little gifts and little things that you don't like about yourself, God will turn around and use those same exact things to help other people. So don't be ashamed of who you are. Be who you are unapologetically. And that's why I said, be the queen that God has called you to be. Not the queen that you are. No, God has called you higher. He's called you to a higher purpose. He's called you to a higher destiny. He's called you to a higher place. And you may look around and be like, okay, God, I don't see it.
Right.
You may be looking in your apartment like, God, you called me to a mansion, but I only got the apartment. Treat the apartment like a mansion.
Baby, see it with your spiritual eyes, girl.
Be faithful over the little. God will make you ruler over much. But he can't.
Yes.
If you up here complaining about what you got, you hate your car. Wasn't you walking last year? Like, what you mean? So you have to do things from a place of gratitude. You have to do things from a place of knowing that he got you and knowing who you are. You are royalty. Period.
Yes. Period.
And you have to walk, talk, act, speak, treat people that way, love on yourself that way at all times. When I wrote this book, Release the Queen in You, this is my book. When I wrote this book, I was going through pure hell. Pure hell. But God gave me a book, a message that was for me first.
In the midst of it, yes.
In the midst of a mess, God can give you a message. So even if you're in a mess right now, you're like, I don't understand. God, what is going on? I'm telling you, as you continue to put one foot in front of the other, as you continue to rock your crown, as you continue to be who he called you to be, the clarity will come, the things will come, and you'll look back and be like, oh, I know why I had to go through that now. Okay, I get it. And now, because you have been through some things, now you can go back and snatch the other queens who are currently going through that same thing.
Yes.
So
That's what it is.
This is my journey of how I realize and recognize, wait a minute, I'm queen. Like, I'm settling for this crazy life that I'm living, but I'm a queen. So this book is available on my website. I also have a free gift for all of you who are listening on my website. I have a mini course. It's Honor Your Crown, and it's going to help you get back to
the name of the book again too. She wanted
it's Release the Queen in You. It's Release the Queen in You, and you can get my book on releasethequeeninyou.com.
And don't forget, everybody, I'm going to, in the email after the conference is over, send in all the information so you guys can have it, so you can follow up and make sure you connect, because I'm telling you guys, these ladies are bringing it, baby. They fire on top of fire, girl. Look, you can't look. They double hot, baby. Look, yes.
So you have to know that the journey that you're on, and that's the other thing, your journey is specifically for you. Specifically for you. And you're going to be all right. You're going to make it. And if you feel like you ain't going to make it, make sure you go to my website, take that course, make sure you find my Facebook group, Crown Up Community, and me and a whole bunch of other queens will help you adjust your crown daily and help you get your life so that you can be everything that God has called you to be. You are not a failure. You are enough. There's nothing in your past that you have done that disqualifies you for what God has called you to do.
Because won't he use you? He can use you. Don't underestimate the fact that you cannot be used based off of what has happened to you. Give her the Facebook name again, please.
So it's Crown Up Community. So let me just type it in here.
Okay.
Somebody type that in there for me. Crown Up Community. When you pull it up, you'll see purple in me.
Exactly. Oh, baby, her sites are gorgeous, girl. I be like, I was like, oh, but I love everything. Just flows. It's so pretty, girl. Yes, I love it, girl. Look, I'm all over there, like, girl, patty caking and playing and trying to put it together. But baby, I looked, I was like, oh, I need to get myself together. Yes, it's gorgeous.
Yes, and it as you get yourself together, do it from the inside out.
Yes.
Inside out.
Absolutely.
Because when
Absolutely.
you feel great inside, when you know that you're royalty inside, I don't care what you look like on the outside, you just
Baby, it
know.
manifest. It just oozes out, girl. Look,
It's just
that,
everything you do.
that
Even
glow
when you're
just
not
oozes
trying.
out. Girl, it just come on through. They be like, oh, you just like you glowing, girl. Really, girl, look,
Like,
the inside is clean, baby. Look, the inside is together.
yes.
Yes.
So rock your crown and take over your throne.
Yes, and rule and reign, baby. Rule and
Yes.
reign. Thank you so much, Natalie. Oh my God. Somebody said my favorite too, biblical color of royalty. Pat said
Yes. That's
purple
why I
is
did the purple
yes.
for y'all today.
Yes,
Her.
y'all see she cute. Look, she stays cute, girl. Yes. Natalie, thank you so
Thank
much. I
you.
appreciate it. I mean, again, of course, y'all know I'm telling you that I couldn't have chosen anybody better. Everybody that has been on here, for
Yes.
whatever reason, God just, when I decided I wanted to do something like this, for this particular time, you guys have,
I love it.
it's like building and putting together, and everybody's saying something, and I'm just so blessed and grateful that
Yes.
you
Yes.
ladies are getting something out of it, because I didn't want it to be normal or ordinary or standard. I want people to get it and then go forth and keep it and then pass it on. So when you get something, don't hold it for yourself, take it and
Yes.
pass it on, and then don't just stop here for this summit, but connect with these ladies. And what I love is that nobody's caring about that you in this group, or well, if you go with this group, then it's going to take away.
Right.
No,
Right.
have an abundance mindset to where you're seeing people wherever they need to go to get where they're going to get, because God is going to always water and increase.
Yes.
Whether this person goes over here and somebody goes over here, it's going to be okay. And if we can learn that from a perspective of females, to work together and use everybody doing the same thing to get ahead and be
Yes.
positive, and put that kingdom first. I think Indiana said, whatever you do, do as unto God. If you're doing the
Yes.
right thing, then it's going to always manifest to be better, especially when we're working together. So again, thank you so much for
Thank
showing
you
up.
for
I
having me.
appreciate it. Absolutely. And thank you for tuning in. I know you've been on checking out the other ladies and things, and some
Yes.
of the other ladies have stayed on. So I'm just saying that that's what it's all about, because we're all encouraging and supporting, and whether you